Welcome back to Natty Auto. We're here in the shop again, and we are about to cut the C63 in half. There's a couple other guests here today. Bobby's working on his custom dune buggy. Phil's also here, our head mechanic, and we're gonna jump right into it. So we're gonna be cutting the C63 in half, and then shortening it by 2.8 inches. Very technical, not much to it, so let's get started. Okay, so as you guys saw, we were just marking the body, and we have a salvage back here helping us with the demolition of the vehicle. But if you thought that we already fucked up, yeah, it's about to get way worse. Yeah, enjoy. There it is. Do you want to be a part owner of a C63? All right, what are we about to do, Peter? Now that we got the front and the back all ready for welding, we prepped the surface, ground all the areas where we're gonna weld down to the paint or through the paint. We're gonna put the back end and the front end right now. We're gonna lift it up and meet the two bodies. Yeah, let's watch them each other. It's gonna tilt forward. We might be able to just slide it on. This one's the same way. Lots of leaks, or we're just not going over them. Right now. Okay, as you guys just saw, we made it the front to the rear on the C63 190E, whatever we want to call this. Keep calling it a 190E, even though it's a C63. Bobby just started up his buggy down there, so sorry if you can't hear me. But Phil. So as I said, this is all mated together. Phil over here, he's our head mechanic. He also knows how to weld really well. I do not. So he's gonna help me. We're gonna kind of tackle it together. So let's get to welding and get this thing rolling. So Phil, what are we doing over here?
We're going to weld this nasty bitch back together.
Nasty bitch.
Nasty bitch.
She's a nasty bitch.
Sucking piece of shit, mother ball licking, jack off wannabe fucking junk. What the fuck is going on here?
Is that how you truly feel, Phil?
I feel fucking just like I'm just fucking, I don't know what, just...
Ivan, isn't this a family-friendly channel?
Yeah, Phil, I don't think you could be saying that.
Okay, so we're gonna have to bleep you, and you're gonna have to do it, and because I'm lazy. As you guys just saw, we welded the front and the rear together. It was a little tricky because of how thin the metal on this car actually is. The only structure to the car is on each side right here on either side. And still at that, it's not that much structure. These unibody cars are very interesting in how they're assembled and how they're built. So we kept getting blowout with the welding through the floor of the car. But thankfully, I learned a little bit, and then Bobby and Phil and our friend Caleb that stopped by, they are all really good welders, and that's what they pretty much do for a living for the most part. And they are able to do it well. And now we are on 4 wheels. The whole weight of the car is back on itself. The welds are all the way across here. Everything's welded back together nicely. This is not permanent right here. This is gonna be cut off when we put the body on, but for the time being, we welded it just so there was extra structure. You can see the welds aren't pretty because the gaps were not nice. A lot of the floor was uneven from the front to the back. It sloped or has little tiny divots. So when we took that 3 inches away, not everything lined up nicely, unfortunately. But now that this is all done, I'm gonna go ahead and start removing more metal that we have to get removed for the 190E body, starting with these fenders. These are the rear quarter fender liners to the rear wheels, which we actually have to remove all the way to this seam because the 190E, as it sits with the body, has its own fender liners that will allow them to fit in way better over this. So we're going to cut on each side all of this off, make it look all clean, and get it prepped for the 190E body. And then later on, when we remove this whole entire section, we're gonna have to be putting in a whole entire new support up here for the front quarter panel and the strut tower. We have to remove the strut tower in about 4 inches on either side, but the wheel will stay in the same position. It'll just be a little bit different geometry and might do a different suspension. But those are the 2 things that are hindering us from putting the 190E body on here. So the sooner I get that done, the sooner we can get the 190 in here and start cutting into that. So let's get cutting. Well guys, we just cut this whole entire rear, as you saw. Looks really clean now. We're able to put the body on. It's gonna fit. The wheel well of the 190E will be able to drop in here. And then once we cut it on that side, as well as do the front section here, we'll be all good to go, situate what we wanna do here for structure-wise. But that is probably going to be it. We've been here, I don't know, 10 or so hours. So it was a good, productive day. The biggest thing was cutting the car in half. And so now that that is out of the way, we're gonna be seeing a lot more progress coming to the build. A lot more videos and a lot more details and a lot more going on per video. So really excited for that. And then also excited to be wrapping up the G-Wagon here. Give you guys a quick walk around. We're gonna be doing Noder Gray, already started. Noder Gray from Tech Wrap. Tech Wrap sponsors us on all of our wrap, which is amazing. We have the 2019, 2018 era mirrors. Sorry, the focus is not working the best right now. And then the whole entire front has been converted. The biggest part for me was the headlights. The headlights were not fitting. These fenders do not support these headlights. These fenders don't support these bezels and everything. So we actually had to modify and buy some plastic. So this is metal, and then it goes down to plastic here. This will get glued on and then filled with a sealer, and you will not be able to see the difference going all the way down between, because you can see over here, it is sloped down right there, which doesn't allow this bezel to fit. So that has been a big progress towards the G-Wagon being done. And also all these parts have been taking so long to get. So yay, all the lights and everything work. Had to do a full new wiring harness in the front, but that's all done. And so I'm excited to be able to get this running and driving, and then maybe when this car is one day done, we can put this with a trailer and that car, and it'll look all sweet and sick. But yeah, so I think that is going to be it for today's video. Ivan's been cranking out editing for you guys. I've been pretty much just doing grunt work of just grinding all day and welding. But yeah, we're excited. See you guys in the next video.
Here in the
Ivan,
jack stand bay.
Ivan, what do you?
This is my child right here.
Ivan, I know you've been away from your car, your Camaro for like what, 9 hours now, but this is not your baby.
fine.
Take it,
This is-
just give it
no,
back.
don't-
Give it back.
don't take